ad Makom Shechem. Avram, he passed through the land until Shechem, the location of Shechem. Are Lon More. Va'Knani Osboretz. The Knani at that time was in the land. Rashi. V'yavar Avram Boretz. Nichnas Latocho. So over here, this is Chachomim. Usually Vayav means you pass through. Here Rashi is explaining it that he remained in the land. He entered into the land. He says, take a look at Chachomim. The whole Vayav should mikra mashu the over oretz v'lo dorsham. Hutzach leforish dezein pirusha kach. So Rashi has to go out as we say, but over here, it's interpreted. It doesn't mean what it normally means. El nichlas tocho. Nole the Rashi the forish case. He says, how does Rashi know? Yishlom edai mit chsiv bo'oretz v'lo chsiv vayavor ha'oretz. If it means he passed through the land, and say vayavor ha'oretz, he passed through the land. What's bo'oretz? He passed in the land. Or yishlom edai mit chsiv ad mokum Shechem. Shechem hu bo'eretz Canaan. So evidently it seems to be he remained in the land. Okay. No ha'oretz. Vayavor Avram ha'oretz. He passed the land. Ad Mokom Shechem, L'spala b'nei Yaakov, K'shevo lilochi b'Shechem. He already sensed, because if you take a look over there, it says they destroyed the city Betach. If you remember the Pasuk. Right, Betach. They destroyed it with they were secure, they were confident. So Rashi over this is what was the Betach, what was the basis for the confidence? It was this, that because Avram originally had prayed for them, therefore, they were confident nothing would happen to them. You remember? Betach. Elo More Hishchem. It's one of the same location. Hereo Har Grizim Har Evo Shom Kiblu Yisrael Shuas HaTorah. Let's take a look over there. Here. V'yivi yom hashlishi, parshas vayishlach. V'yosem koavim, was the third day after the circumcision. Hiku shnei b'nei Yaakov Shimon v'Levi achidina yishcharbo v'yivo le'ir Betach. Betach. Okay? V'yargu kol zochos. Rashi's Betach. Betuch mayu al kocho shel zokein. They relied on the power of that zokein. Well, who's that? Shin. So he says over here two things, two pshatim, the six rings. Who's kocho shel zokein? One pshat is Yaakov. Inam el tfiloso shel Avram shespal aleim. He had first parshas Lech Lecha. See the six over there. So that's exactly what it says over here. Vayav Avram boretz ad Makom Shechem. That's the Betach. That's the Marshal, the way he explains Rashi later. Now there's a famous Ramban here, very fundamental, very, what we call yisodistic. Take a look in the Ramban. V'yavar Avram b'oretz ad Makom Shechem, omer loch, hear this? Klal tov v'nosu b'chol ha'parshas habos, binyan Avram Yitzchak Yaakov. He says, I'm going to teach you a general principle which has relevance to understand all the upcoming parshas which have to do with Avram Yitzchak Yaakov. V'inyan gadol, and it's something which is a profound concept. He says Chazal mentioned very in abbreviated way. Right, this siman ovos siman ma'aseh ovos siman l'banim. Kol ma'asheira la'ovos, whatever was experienced by the ovos siman l'banim. That's an indication of what's going to happen to the children. L'chein yarichu aksuvim b'sipar ha'masos v'chaviros haberos shar ha'mikra. Therefore, the Torah speaks lengthily about the various locations they went to, the digging of the wells, and all the other incidences that they experienced. V'achshav achoshev behem kilu him dvorim yusorim im behem toelos. He says, if you read through it, seems to be all this information is totally irrelevant information. What relevance does it have? It's totally superfluous. Kulam boim lamed ala osid. The reason why the Torah records this, because this is actually forecasting the future. Kasher yovo amikra lenovi mishloshes ovos. It's not necessarily a test. It's not a test. It's not necessarily a test. Something's going to happen. Something will happen. Something will happen in the future. What it could be any one of the things you said, but it has relevance to the future. Ki kashiyova amikra lenovi mishlosha ovos yizboni min hadov nix levo lezaru v'da ki kogzeres irin kashetetzi mikoach. He says, when based on the decree of Hashem, when it goes from the potential el apoel dimion tiag zerum skemes al koponim. He says, therefore, meaning you have to actually actualize the potential to some degree. Meaning, if there's just power in existence, if it hasn't been actualized to some degree, it's questionable whether it's going to happen in the future. So by them doing the action, that action already gives meaning to it, that it's able to have the staying power to come to being in the future. He says, therefore the Nevi'im, very often, they forecast something, then they do an action. They'll throw a stone, they'll tie something. So that action gives it meaning, and therefore now it's going to happen in the future. He says, when you finish reading this book, you should tie a stone to it, Vishlachto al toch hapras, and throw it into the Euphrates. That's what Yirmiyah Novi instructed Baruch ben Neriah. V'amar kocha tishka bovel. He says the way the stone is going to sink to the bottom of the Euphrates, that's the way Bovel is going to come to an end. So he's forecasting what's going to be in the future. See, what do you have to do with the act? The forecast is they're going to be destroyed. But he did the action. This is to secure what's meant to be in the future. This is similar to the concept of what Masa Ovasim in the bottom. By them doing the action, that guarantees whatever's meant to happen in the future is going to happen. He put his hand on a bow, and he said, he says, and now he says, shoot the arrow. He says, this arrow is an arrow of salvation. This arrow will defeat Aram. He says, very often you do an action, that action brings about certain effects. It's Aram. Let's say, therefore he wanted them to walk the land, even though they're not taking over the land. But his walking the land is an act of conquest. So his act of walking the land to demonstrate ownership, this is to forecast the ownership, ultimately our conquest in the future. Now he will go to explain as the psukim present themselves how each one of these situations is Maisa Ovasim L'Bonim. How the digging the wells are Maisa Ovasim L'Bonim, so on and so forth. What do you want to say? It's different. No, that's immediate. This is something could be 1,000 years into the future. It's different concept. And here it's something is meant to be. It's meant to be. Here, what the Nefesh Chaim speaks about, or the Ramchal speaks about, we do things, by doing them we cause things to happen. We wouldn't do them, they wouldn't happen. Here things are meant to happen, but they do actions that what's meant to be should be. Right, to assure it, to secure it, that to give it, that it should be, it's definitely going to unfold. Nothing should interfere with it. Okay. We didn't get there. We didn't get there, Rashi. We didn't get there yet. V'Kanani Osboretz, Hoyaholech v'Kovish Eser Mizaro Shel Shem. He was conquering the land. No, so that's what it's saying. That even though he's doing the act, but the effect of it wasn't effective because the Canaanim was still there. One second. Shechelko Shoshem Nofet Shemchilek Noach Es Oretz Lebonov Shnemar Tzedek Melchom Fichoch Yom Shel Lech Zarche Etin Sorzos Oser Ani Lazirol Bonecho. Now the Canaani is there, but Oser Ani in the future. So by you doing the action now, that will guarantee, what the Ramban is saying, that it should return to your children. They were there. It was settled by them. No, who was? No, Hoyo is going in Avram. Doesn't say Hoyo. Hoyo, he. Hoyo, he personally. Yeah, it is. Hoyo, Holech Kovshis Bizarro Shel Shem. See. Yeah. So therefore, he was doing an action now to regain what they're taking away now, presently, the Canaanim.
So if it had already been settled, that the action would not have been settled. In other words, there was a state of war, and the land was up for grabs.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either.
No, I don't think so. I don't think. No. No, he's saying, Rashi said, if you read the Sifsach Chachomim, it says, Hakanani, it say, Hakanani Hoyuboritz. What's Oz? What's Oz then? Then. No, which means, it seems to be, they weren't supposed to be there. Then they were there. So what does that mean? They were taking away the land from Shem. What was given to Shem, to Shem's children, they were taking that away. That's the Oz. That's Hakanani Ozboritz. Well, he says it's conquest. No. No.
It's rightfully shows.
Azus is with an ayin. It's not with an aleph. It's with an ayin. Azponim is an aleph. What?
The land is really Shem's.
Because when Noah divided the world, right? Right, correct. So, but it says Hakanani then was in the land. What do you mean then? They had no right to be there. They took it. So Avram was doing an act now to guarantee you it's going to return. Right.
Where were they supposed to be at?
I mean, it's interesting. I mean, you think about it. The land is called Eretz Canaan. Right? No. It's really a mislabel. It's not theirs. They stole it. I mean, they conquered it. It wasn't meant to be theirs. Originally, it was divided. It was meant to be the children of Shem. It should be called Eretz Shem. Right? Not Eretz Canaan. But it was the family of Canaan. They settled the land. So they had to be uprooted to reinstate it into the possession of Shem's children. Klal Yisrael, Shem's children. They had, no, but the land. But what is the land called? It's called Eretz Canaan. No. But it was. We were going to take it away from them. So it comes out a tremendous thing. No, it comes out very interesting. You know, the first it says that Rashi brings at the beginning of the parsha. Rabbi Yitzchak says, "What does Torah start with? Bereshis. Start with Chodesh Elochem." Because what's the world going to say? That the Jews are a bunch of thieves. Because it's the land of the Canaanites. It's the land belonging to the 7 tribes of Canaan, and we took it away from them. Yeah, the chutzpah. They stole it from Shem. But when Shem's children go and take it back, we're the thieves. So Shem says, you know something, I'm the creator. And to read the story, I take and I give. You're worthy, you're there, you're not there, you're not worthy, you're taken out. Like there's Dora Mabul, Dora Flog, or whatever it may be. But it comes out, the whole thing is You're claiming we uprooted you and we stole where you stole from us. Because it's Chelko Sheshem. Right? I'm just saying, but that's the Chazal. You took, where did you have a right to take it away from the Shiva Abmei Canaan? No, I'm not bringing that point out. You want to say your what's his name? Your sermon, you could say it at your pulpit. Alan will invite you to Englewood for Shalosh. I'm bringing out a different point. Yeah. I'm bringing out the point about what is the claim against Klal Yisrael. You stole the land from the Shiva Amimim. We're recouping what's rightfully ours. But that's not what Chazal tell us. That's not what Rabbi Yitzchak says. Hashem takes and Hashem gives. That's it. But the truth is, it's much more than that. We're taking back what's rightfully ours. According to this, because Hakanani Ozbar, it's because who rightfully had the land? It was Chelko Sheshem. Klal Yisrael, Chelko Sheshem. That's the point I'm making.